Alright, in this video I want to show off and cover how to use the new left-hand animation slash IK system. So currently, both of the left hands right here are running and using IK to position them. Now, if you're familiar with Escape From Tarkov, you'll know that you have several different forward grip types. You have the normal vertical, you have hand stops, you have just normal angled forward, the angled grips, you have these weird, I don't know what you call it, but they're like at a 45-degree angle. I really don't know what the actually the purpose is, but you have them. And now I've been wanting to incorporate this idea for a while. I've had it in my mind on how to do it, so I went ahead and actually finally got around to implementing it after doing the big optimization pass. So, for example, I'm just using a handguard. I can go ahead and add a forward grip, and as you can see, here we have the change. If I add that weird 45-degree grip that I was talking about, you can see the grip changes to hold it. Here we have an angled grip, we have that one, and then we can go back to none. Now, if we go from our forward grip, for example, it also tracks and follows. As you can see here, that is an interesting shadow issue on the face, but it tracks with the hand as it should. And noise alert. So I wanted to cover really quickly how to use that. So this also works for handguards as well. So for example, I have this M-Lock handguard. Let me go over to it and open it up. So yeah, here's my amazing banana model. This was just as for testing purposes. It looks so bad. But anyways, with our handguard, you can use it with handguards as well. So as you can see here, the handguard has the option for a grip animation. So if we have just normal M-Lock handguard or key mod, just a rail that's very thin, you would normally have a different animation than a quad rail, which is going to be a lot thicker and require kind of a little bit of a different grip to avoid things like clipping and all that kind of stuff in first person view. So this system allows you to do that. So you can have different poses for your left hand for M-Lock, like these thin rails, or whatever you want, like different styles of handguards you can have different grips for. Now moving on to attachments, actually I can just show you really quick. So if I switch this to the example vertical grip, this is literally all for testing right now, so ignore some of the art. You can see I'm using the vertical grip to hold the handguard. Not very pleasant, not correct, but that's where you would import your own hand grip kind of there. So ultimately you really don't even need an idle animation, so to speak, for the left half of the body. You can just let the IK system take over and use your own grip animation to handle it. So moving on to the actual forward grips. Here we have, let me actually just go ahead and open them all up. So we have the angled grip, that weird test monstrosity thingy, and the normal vertical grip. So these all have their own animations that they're actually running for the left hand. I hate having to do that each time. So you can see here, the angled grip uses my test animation, so test AFG for, angled forward grip. So that's what takes care of that position. We look here at this weird 45-degree, whatchamacallit, it has its own animation. If we look at the forward grip, it also has its own animation. And these just get played accordingly. So, and these also are using, because they're using IK, they each have their own hand grip socket. So for example, the position, you're not going to have like a unique position, you're not going to have kind of the same position on each part. You're going to have different hand positions on each one that you want to use. So for example, if you wanted to have, maybe you have two slightly different vertical grips. You have a stubby grip like this, where you don't want to hold in the boomer way of this style. Instead, you want to run up and use it more like a hand stop like I prefer to do, and just use a normal kind of traditional C-clamp. You can have that animation. And then if you have a longer vertical grip, you can then have another animation for that one specifically, where you're holding it just like I showed you right there. So basically you can have an infinite number of combinations here to do whatever you want, and it takes care of it for you. So it's meant to be built modular, simple, and just quick to use to where you don't really have to worry about it. So basically this is working from the elbow down so you can visualize it. So it'll really any animation that you have. It should work with any firearm. It should work with any pose and all that kind of stuff that you have. It's just designed to, well, snap and work. I don't know how else to really put it. So I could take this forward grip, put it on something like a Tavor, where your hand position is going to be drastically different than on the M4. You could do that, and it should work just fine. So anyways, I just wanted to give you a brief overview on how to use it, show it off a little bit. Obviously, it's still a work in progress, as you can tell just by the art alone. But yeah, that's going to be all for this video. If you're interested in this plugin, you can check it out in the link in the description below. That'll take you to the marketplace. If you want to support me, you can find a link to my Patreon in the description below as well. And if you have any questions about this or game development in general, because this is primarily a game development tutorial channel, feel free to join my Discord that's linked down below, and I or one of my other members will help you out. So I'll see you in the next video.